Introduction to Microsoft Access 2016. A database is an organized collection of data that can be stored or accessed through a computer. A database plays a significant role in our daily activities at different places, such as banks, railway stations, schools, and grocery stores. Moreover, the online phone directory uses a database to store details about a person, his phone number, and other contact information. We require a special software called Database Management System (DBMS) to manage all the activities related to a database. What is DBMS? The Database Management System (DBMS) is a software program that allows the user to create, modify, add, and delete data in a database. Access, MySQL, and Oracle are some of the popular DBMS software. Types of databases. There are majorly two types of databases, which are as follows. Flat file database. It is a simpler form of database which stores data in a plain text file. In this type of database, each row depicts a record and the fields in the record are delimited by tabs and commas. For example, MS Excel and Google Sheets. Relational database. It is the most commonly used database which stores data in multiple tables and establishes a link between them, technically called a relationship. This relationship helps in easy editing and retrieving of the data. For example, MS Access and Oracle. Relational database is also known as Relational Database Management System, RDBMS. Database objects. Database, a related collection of information, mainly comprises four objects: tables, queries, forms, and reports. Let us learn about them. Tables. A table is the basic element of a database in which the information is stored. A table consists of horizontal rows and vertical columns. Each row of the table is referred as record and each column is referred as field. A record contains all the specific information for a particular entity, whereas a field depicts information about that entity. In this table, each row or record holds information about one particular product and each column or field holds some type of information about that product, such as price and quantity. Queries. A query helps us in retrieving the required data from one or more tables as per the specified criteria. Forms. Database forms are just like paper forms through which the user can add, edit, or display the data stored in the database. If designed properly, they aid in making the data entry fast and efficient. Reports. Reports help in viewing, formatting, and summarizing the information stored in the database. One can also generate reports based on queries. Introduction to Microsoft Access 2016. Microsoft Access 2016 is one of the most popular relational database programs. It has a user-friendly graphical user interface and different tools to create and edit the database efficiently, even if one is new to the database development. It also supports a big collection of professionally designed templates and wizards that automatically create tables, forms, queries, and reports. Features of Microsoft Access 2016. Being a relational database, MS Access 2016 helps in reducing duplication of data and maintaining data consistency. It supports sharing of data with other Microsoft Office 2016 programs. One can add predefined database objects to an existing database. In Access 2016, it is easy to make design changes while viewing the underlying data. A feature called IntelliSense in Access 2016 displays options based on what the user types and to provide syntax guidance. If one wants to make any database object, such as a report, available to people but does not want it to get manipulated, he can export the database object in either PDF or XPS format. MS Access has a template library that contains professionally designed templates for common database projects. One can attach photos and other files to a database record. Components of Microsoft Access 2016 window. Let us know about the different components of MS Access 2016 window. Title bar. Title bar displays the name of the active database. Quick Access Toolbar. This toolbar lies on the left of the title bar and contains Save, Redo, and Undo as default set of commands. You can also customize this toolbar to include other commands of your choice. Ribbon. It is the strip of the tabs across the top of the Access window that contains different groups of related, commonly used commands. Navigation pane. It is present on the left side of the Access window and displays the names of the different objects of the database. The objects are organized into groups by type. You can open, rename and delete objects using this pane. Navigation buttons. These buttons help in navigating through the records of an object. Object tabs. These tabs represent the respective open objects in the database. You can move between the opened objects by clicking on these tabs. View buttons. These are present on the extreme right of the status bar and display the different views of an object. Starting MS Access 2016. You can start Access 2016 by clicking on the Start button, Access 2016. The start screen of Access 2016 appears as shown here. Creating Database H1. Access 2016 provides two ways to create a database. Creating database using templates. Creating blank desktop database. Creating a database using a template. A template is a file which on opening creates a database with pre-designed objects such as tables, queries, forms and reports. Access 2016 contains templates for several databases typically used in business and education. You can avail more templates from the Microsoft Office online website at office.microsoft.com when you are connected to the internet. An Access template might not produce exactly the database application you want, but can create something quickly that you can customize as per your needs. Let us learn creating database using templates. On the right pane of the Start screen, click on a link in the Suggested Searches section. Here we have selected Personal Template category. It displays the list of available relevant templates. Now choose a template, say Personal Contact Manager. The Personal Contact Manager task pane appears, displaying the description of the template. In the file name box, assign a suitable name for the database. By default, Access defines a location for the database, which is displayed right below the file name box. You can also browse and select another location by clicking on the folder icon. Click on the Create button. Access creates the requested database and displays the table in form view. It contains the field names that are relevant to the personal contact database. Note, in the security warning message, click on the Enable Content button. Click this button only when you are sure that the source of the template is secure. In case you wish to add more fields to the current database template, follow the steps given here. Go to the Home tab. Click on the View button in the Views group. Select the Datasheet View option in the drop-down menu, or click on the Datasheet View button on the status bar. A new contextual tab called Form Tools appears on the ribbon. On the Datasheet tab, click on the Add Existing Fields button in the Tools group. The Field List task pane appears on the right side of the screen. Choose the required fields in the list. Then, drag the selected field to the table and drop it at the desired position, creating a blank database. To create a blank database, follow the steps given here. In the Start screen, click on the Blank Desktop Database option on the right pane. The Blank Desktop Database task pane appears. You can replace the default database name with the desired name in the file name box. Access defines a default location for the database, which is shown right below the file name box. You can select another location by clicking on the folder icon. Click on the Create button. A new database with a blank table named Table 1 appears in the datasheet view. Here, you can add the desired field names and data. Notice that the first field in the table is named as ID by default. Views of a table. There are two views in which we can work on the table. Design view. The design view is used to define the field names of a table and set their data types, insert or delete the fields, and set the primary key of the table. Datasheet view. This view is used to enter the data in the table. When you create a blank database, By default, the table is opened in the datasheet view. Switching between views. There are two ways to switch between the views. Method 1. On the Home tab, click on the View drop-down arrow in the Views group and select the desired view option from the field. Method 2. Click on the desired View button located at the extreme right of the status bar. Rules for naming a field. There are certain rules and guidelines which should be followed for naming the fields of a table in a database. A field name can be up to 64 characters long. A field name can include any combination of letters, numbers, spaces and special characters except a period, an exclamation point, an accent grave and brackets. A field name cannot begin with leading spaces. A field name cannot include control characters, ASCII values 0 through 31. A field name cannot include a double quotation mark. Data types. Data type, as the name indicates, determines what kind of data a field can store. Defining data type is an important step while creating tables in Access. Data types provide a basic form of data validation by ensuring that users enter the valid data in the table fields. For example, a field with data type number will not accept the text data. Let us learn about the different data types available in Access. Setting data type for a field. Usually the data type is defined for a field while creating a table, but you can reset it anytime either in the datasheet view or the design view of a table. Setting data type in datasheet view. Open the table in datasheet view. Select the field whose data type you want to change. On the Fields tab, under the Table Tools Contextual tab, choose any of the following methods. Click on the Data Type drop-down arrow in the Formatting group and then select the desired data type in the list. Select the required data type in the Add and Delete group. Setting data type in Design view. Open the table in Design view. Locate the field whose data type you wish to change in the Field Name column and then select a new data type from the drop-down list in the Data Type column. Primary key. A primary key is the special column or columns that contains values which uniquely identify each row in a table. A table cannot have more than one primary key. A primary key is a sort of constraint which ensures a unique value is entered in the primary key field for each data row. Null values are not entered in the primary key field. In our sample database table, product_details, product ID can be set as a primary key field because no two products can have the same ID. Setting primary key. Open the table in Design view. Select the field or fields that you want to set as the primary key. Click on the primary key option in the Tools group on the Design tab. You will notice a key indicator on the left of the field or fields that you choose as the primary key. Save the change by clicking on the Save button on the Quick Access toolbar. Note: to select two or more fields to create a composite key, hold down the Control key and click the row selector for each field. Saving a table. When a database table is saved for the first time, Access gives the opportunity to name the table. Each table name must be unique. Therefore, two tables in the same database cannot share the same name. To save a table, click on the Save button on the Quick Access toolbar or right-click on the Table tab and then choose the Save option in the shortcut menu. Closing database and Access application. To close the database, click on the File tab, Close option. To close Access application, click on the Close button present on the top right corner of the Access window. Opening an existing database. To open an existing database, click on the File tab, select the Open option in the menu and click on it. On the Open screen, select the desired database in the recent list if displayed, otherwise click on the Browse option. The Open dialog box appears. Locate and select the required database. Click on Open. The selected database opens.